Good morning. Professor Tomlinson back with you, talking jazz and commercial piano. Today we're going to be covering transposing the Clifford Brown tune Blues Walk, because it's our goal by the end of the school year to be able to play Blues Walk in all 12 keys. All right, so what we want to do is be able to see the patterns in Blues Walk, and that's going to make it a lot easier for us to transpose Blues Walk. And I think that's what jazz musicians are doing, because we try to be good at playing our tunes in all 12 keys. So that's what we're going to do with Blues Walk. We're going to start by transposing Blues Walk to the key of F, all right? So you should be looking at 3 sheets: blues and Roman numerals, Blues Walk that's written out in the key of B flat, and Blues Walk that's in concert C, okay? Different systems for chords. First of all, let's think about blues and Roman numerals, because that's what shows you the pattern that is involved here. All right, so we're starting on the 1 chord, but in the blues kind of breaks the rules by making the 1 chord into a dominant 7th chord. So we're really paring these chords down a lot. So we're not even playing the root of the chord. We're just playing the 3rd and the 7th of each chord. But for the key of F, we're going to have the 7th as the lower interval. So here's that minor 7th. Here's the major 3rd. And with our friendly bass player, it's creating that F7th kind of sound, all right? So, yay, we found the 1 chord, all right? Now the 4 chord in the key of F would be B flat 7th. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Again, we're not playing the root, but it's so easy to go from the 1 chord to the 4 chord. All I'm doing is lowering E flat down to D and A down to A flat. In other words, both notes go down by a half step. If I fill it out with the bass notes. Okay, sounds great. Nice and easy. And then measures 3 and 4, again, nice and easy. Just right back to the 1 chord. Measures 5 and 6, really easy, just back to the 4 chord. Measure 7, back to the 1 chord. Okay, here's where we have to start giving it a little bit more thought. In the 8th bar, we're going to the 6th chord, and we're making the 6 into a dominant 7th chord. It's a substitution that's just about always used on a jazz blues. So the 6th chord the root is going to be D, but we're going to flip the intervals. So for D7, the 3rd is the lower interval, and the 7th is the upper interval. Okay? F7. Okay, for this system of chords, every time when we go from the 1 chord to the 6th chord, we're actually going to go upward. We're going to lift our hand and go upward. 7-3 for the F7th, 3-7 for the D7. Okay, G minor 7th, 7-3. Okay, and then C7, 3-7. Okay, so these are the intervals that are written next to the chord voicings on your Blues Walk sheet, okay? So we're following those intervals and applying them to the key of F, all right, and seeing the pattern in the key of F. Okay, for the melody, again, we want to see a pattern that's going on here. And luckily, it's not too bad of a pattern. It's pretty easy. Okay, so bum bum ba da. 1 1 6 5 1. Okay, if we think about the melody not as letter names but as intervals, that's what it comes down to. 1 1 6 5 1. Okay, and then 1 1 6 5 4 3. Then it doubles back to the 5 and the 6. Fingering wise, and I know I'm tossing a lot of numbers around, but now I'm thinking about my fingering, not the intervals in the melody. I'm going to start with my 5 finger, 5 3 2 1. Really easy, and you'll be able to finger it that way in every key. All right, and then the next part of the melody kind of comes down as a scale. There's a little skip, 1 6. Okay, and then right down the scale. So I don't do any thumb crossings there. I just go straight down my hand. 1 5 5 4 3 again, I'm talking about fingering now. All right, you can do your own fingering. The only thing I suggest is, if you find fingering for a particular melody that you like, try to stick with it. Be consistent with your fingering, because that way you're going to master it a lot better. Okay, the same melody happens in bars at bar 5. Okay. And then at bar 9, it's just this really simple little blues lick. Okay, nice and easy. So here it is with the chords. 2, 3, 4. There's my F7th chord with a G triad thrown on top of that. Okay, that's just for fun. You might pick that up, or you don't have to. Moving on, we're going to do blues walk in the key of D now. Okay, so if we look at blues walk in concert C, you see that the key of D is one of the keys that's listed as a key that I want you to use this template on. Okay, and all the chords are flipped around. The intervals are the opposite for the key of D. So we have our friendly bass player. Okay, so in the key of D, we're going to sound a D7th chord, and this time the 3rd will be the lower interval. Okay, there's the 3rd and the 7th, and again, it's so easy to go from the 1 chord to the 4 chord. Just lower both of those notes by half step, and then bars 3 and 4 straight back up to D7th. Bars 5 and 6 back to G7th. 7, go back to D7th. Okay, and again, here's where it gets a little bit more, you're going to have to put a little more thought into it. We're lifting our hand, going upward again, and the 6th chord, the root of the 6th chord in the key of D is going to be B, okay? But we want the 7th, which would be A, and the 3rd, which would be D sharp. B7th, 7-3, E minor 7, 3-7, again the chord that doesn't have that tritone flat 5 kind of sound to it, A7, and then the turnaround is the same 4 chords. D7, B7, E minor 7, A7, back to D7. Okay, now we familiarized ourselves with the pattern of the melody, 1-1-6-5-1. Okay, and then 1, 6, and then we're going straight down the scale. I'm going to do it without any thumb crossings. But when I go to that F sharp with my thumb, I'm going to need to go much more into the keyboard to be able to reach that. Okay, so we need to help our shorter fingers out by playing farther into the keyboard. Some of you might not like to put your thumb on that black key there, so you might want an alternative to that. That works just as well, okay? Just pick one and stick with it, okay? And then okay, going up to the 6th chord, the B7th, E minor, A7, and then that turnaround. And here's a triad a whole step higher. Okay, it's a cool sound. All right, if you want a nice sound for the ending of the blues, that might be a good sound for you to try out. Okay, transposing blues walk. All right, I'll see you guys Wednesday.